Green morning, green afternoon, and green evening to the entire globe, entire world, all the people world over, wherever they are in different continents. First of all, we send our deep condolences for the sad demise of the former President of India, Pranab Mukherjee, who passed away yesterday in India. So on behalf of all the non-resident Indians, on behalf of all the 30 million non-resident Indians, those are abroad, we send our deep condolences to the entire Indian community and all our brothers and sisters, those are in India. We convey our deep condolences from our chamber for the sad demise of the former President of India, Pranab Mukherjee. So ladies and gentlemen, today on the 1st of September, while extending a warm welcome to all our brothers and sisters right from Canada, United States, Latin America, Europe, Central Asia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, South Asia, Afghanistan, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Nepal, ASEAN countries, 650 million population when we talk about all our brothers and sisters over there, right in Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Brunei, Vietnam, all the 10 countries, and of course, a couple of our families, those are here of the non-resident Indians in Bahrain. We extend a very hearty welcome to them. And I take you to the Middle East. Particularly, I extend a very warm welcome to participants from Saudi Arabia, from Doha, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Dubai, and all the places wherever you're joining from. We also extend a very hearty welcome to our brothers and sisters, although it's quite late for you, but my deep gratitudes and thanks to all of you. Those are in Seoul, those are in South Korea, and my brothers and sisters, particularly Dr. Christie, my deep gratitudes and thanks to you because your team is joining from Taiwan, and it's further late evening. The people, those are joining us from Japan, different parts, Sapporo, Hokkaido, Kobe, Kyoto, Fukuoka, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Yokohama, Tokyo. People joining us from Mauritius, people joining us from Seychelles, people joining from different parts of African continent. Those are joining us from South Africa, Mozambique, Senegal, Uganda, Angola, wherever you are, Kenya, wherever you are joining us, and particularly Dr. Mishra ji, who is joining us from Nairobi. We extend a very hearty welcome to each one of you. We also extend a very hearty welcome to our President of the International Chamber for Service Industry, who is joining us from Thailand, and our immediate past President from Los Angeles, California, from the Woodbury University, Burbank, Professor Satyendra Dhiman, and also before him, our President who has joined us from Singapore, Karan Singh Thakral, our India-Cambodia Chamber of Commerce, Sandeep Majumdar ji from Cambodia, Phnom Penh, we extend you a very hearty welcome. Naresh ji, India-Myanmar Chamber of Commerce from Yangon, we extend all of you a very hearty welcome for joining this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular month, that is the month of September 2020, is dedicated to millennials, dedicated to youth, dedicated to startup, dedicated to stand-ups, dedicated to all those youngsters, those have jazba, those are interested to start something at their own, and they have listened to the Honorable Prime Minister of India's voice and sermon very carefully, that India has to become self-reliant, India has to become Atmanirbhar. In that journey, this evening, the first program of these millennials, these youngsters, these kiddies, for me, because they are my children, my grandchildren, I consider that way. We are starting because technology, millennials expectations, that is very important to understand. And when we are talking about this particular series, making education relevant, it's very important for us to understand what does today's youth think? What does today's youth want? What are their expectations? How creative are they? How innovative are they? They have got a lot of acumen. They've got lots of ideas. I personally feel that the seniors, the elders have to give an opportunity. And today on the 128th webinar on 1st of September 2020, as a part of making education relevant, because education for whom? Education by whom? Education with what technology? Education, whether it's a school education or it's a higher education, university education, vocational education, technical education, management education, engineering education, whatsoever we are talking about education empowerment, ultimately at the end is a learner. And who is a learner? It's a youth. Are they learner or are they teachers? Do we got to learn something from them what they have got, or at the same time got to share our experiences with them? This month, we want to listen to youngsters. We want to listen to the young generation. And we are starting today's program with one of the most dynamic young boy. When I saw him on the TEDx talk, and when I watched him on the YouTube, I was so impressed to see his energy, his synergy, his acumen, his knowledge, his technology empowerment, all that what he shared over there. I was enthusiastic to get him to lead this particular journey and this campaign for the entire month. So ladies and gentlemen, this evening we are getting Shreyash Mishra, who is the president and CEO of Shex Group. He would be sharing in a little while. As the people have joined from the world over, initially I just flipped through some slides. So all of us, we are on the common frequency. You also know, those have joined us earlier and those are joining us today. Every evening we get 5 girls, 5 girl child from different institutions from the world over, and they share their thought process, because women empowerment is very important. After our keynote speaker, after our main speaker would finish with his views, we will invite these 5 girls and they will tell us how the water to be saved, water conservation, different innovative techniques and strategies we will be talking about. So ladies and gentlemen, with this, because every day we get a lot of new people joining us in this particular series, this particular program, so I wish to share a couple of slides with all of you. This is the chamber, 1994 onwards. And when you look at it, it's a 26 years wonderful journey. 30 million non-resident Indians abroad. 30 million. When I talk about these 30 million, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important for us to understand what these 30 million Indians are doing abroad. Are they doing job at their own? Are they creating jobs? Are they creating revenues? Are they creating technology? Are they bringing networking? This is the time when Prime Minister of India talks about self-reliant India. All the technology, all the confluence, and all these CEOs and the corporate, those are world over, they got to bring back something to the soil of India, either in terms of expertise, either in terms of networking, either in terms of, already they are doing a great job as far as the FDI and FII is concerned. That's a foreign direct investment and foreign institutional investment. But at the same time, now education sector, and education which is the base foundation of the human development, global peace, global harmony, Vasudev Kutumbakam. When we talk about, ladies and gentlemen, it's only and only education empowerment which can bring the entire world together. So ladies and gentlemen, Monday to Sunday, this journey what we have got from the world over, where the people get across in this particular program, we extend a very hearty welcome to all of them. And at the same time, I wish to share with all of you that these 30 million people, non-resident Indians, are dedicated to do something vibrant, something innovative and creative for the whole country. And our startups and stand-ups, they should be very happy. Let's see what we can do in this journey. We all understand during this lockdown, your thought process is affected. Your business is affected. Your physical and mental health is affected. and your main part of the universe, our education is deeply affected. UNESCO statistics, if you go through, almost 1.8 billion children of different age group at present, they are away from schools, colleges, institutions, universities, polytechnics, ITIs, whatever skills programs they were taking and education they were taking, academics they were taking, at present they are away. So children are doing like a doctors, nurses and paramedical people. Our educators are doing a great job. We are proud of them world over because they are doing such a remarkable work, and they are so deeply committed to do the handholding. And parents, we know you're also doing great job because your children are of different age profiles, and we can understand it's a long period, 25th of March onwards in India when I talk about. So over there in India, all the people, those are joining this particular program, parents, you got to take care of children. Your children are very creative and innovative. Be with them. If you have missed it last Sunday, today is Tuesday in India. And if you see it, it's a Tuesday evening in India. And if you see the program, Sunday, 11 a.m., the Honorable Prime Minister's, the last talk which he gave in Man Ki Baat, everybody must watch and listen to that. Each and every word what he has conveyed over there. And he has told how the education to be empowered, how the art, craft and local handicraft, toys, gamification in education, couple of other things he has talked about over there. It's very innovative. All of us, we should. Now, world over, our chamber, because we are associated with the 149 different countries world over. All these Indians, those are in different countries world over. We are trying to work out how there could be a confluence, and we consider from Indian soil that the entire world is one world, one love, one family, and all of us are together, and that is the way. Your pleasure is our pleasure, your pain is our pain. Ladies and gentlemen, our heartiest and deepest congratulations to the Indian government, Prime Minister, Education Minister, all the stakeholders, those are in education in India. We extend them our deepest, heartiest congratulations for the new education policy 2020. By tomorrow, you will have our new video coming from our chamber, where we are bringing to you what exactly the non-resident Indians can do as far as empowering the Indian education system is concerned. And when we talk about India has to become Vishwa Guru once again, India has to get the position which it had at the Nalanda's time. Can you imagine in the historical perspective, when you get back to the ancient India, you will be surprised to know India, world's first residential university was in India, that is Nalanda. Takshala was not residential. Takshala was the university, the oldest, but the first residential university where 10,000 students, 2,000 acharyas, and can you imagine these 10,000 students from the whole world? They were from the different countries, and they were getting free education, free stay, free books, free studies, everything free of cost. And something very interesting, the Darbans, the security people who were in charge at the gates, they used to conduct the first interview. So you can well imagine what was the intellectual level at that point of time. You name a subject, you name a research, you name a innovation, and that was done in Nalanda University at that point of time. So ladies and gentlemen, India has to become the knowledge superpower. Once again, it has to claim and reclaim its position. Now, our journey from our chamber, ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry, Monday to Sunday. If the Prime Minister of India has not taken a single day off in last 6 years, how can we think about Sunday? We all got to work. If you have to make India self-reliant, it does make a difference. What is your contribution? Everybody, each and every person's contribution in India is very, very important to make India self-reliant, ladies and gentlemen. And education, education, education. Let's bring the knowledge, the wisdom, sharing of knowledge, creativity, collaborative, all that when we talk about in education system. And we would like to convey our deep thanks to everybody over there that from 6th class onward in the new education policy, coding is coming, vocational is coming, and internship is coming. Children going to visit now the corporate houses and everybody, and that will also be counted towards your marks and your subject, and no tight compartment between arts, commerce, and science. And that's why the other day, one of the legend singer, playback singer of India, Asha Bhosle ji, she complimented the entire government machinery in India because she said now a science child would also be in a position to take music. The commerce person would be in a position to take fashion designing. So much is coming, and design thinking is also one of the area we will talk one of these days. We talked earlier quite a bit. So making education relevant, ladies and gentlemen, when I talk with all of you, Monday to Sunday, our chamber is totally dedicated, whether teachers or students or technocrats or counselors or psychologists or well-being experts, health experts, wellness experts, Ayurveda experts. Everybody is coming on this platform together. Wow. And I am the most humble student to take this journey as an anchor, as a moderator, and basically to have this particular program. I'm so proud and so privileged. Now, ladies and gentlemen, making education relevant when we talk about, we took one of the concepts that is water conservation, part of our deliberations every day. And 5th June, which is the World Environment Day, Jal Hi Jeevan Hai, Jal Sanrakshan. Water conservation is very important for all of us. At present, the children are with their parents. Parents, please teach your children. Be a part of the journey, how to save every drop of the water at home. And I'm proud of these 5, my daughters and my granddaughters who come every evening on the program from the entire world. At my age of 70, I send my blessings to all of them. You all are so creative. You all are so wonderful. You do so much of innovation. We are proud of every youngster, every child. Women empowerment is very, very important. This is another area of focus. 15th of July, which is basically celebrated as a World Skill Day. On this day, we had started a wonderful journey, and we started getting 5 girls every day under women empowerment. Initially, they were talking about women empowerment nodes and all. Then slowly and gradually, everybody started working on something more creative, innovative. Everybody, whosoever is a father and whosoever has got a daughter, I have a daughter, please understand, daughters are so precious. Daughters are treasures. Daughters, they are so good. They are so good. We got to love these children the best possible way. Whenever you educate male member, you educate individual. When you educate a girl child, you educate so many subsequent generations, all the families where she will go after marriage, and so many relations, so many bonds, so many people. She takes care of subsequent generations. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful journey, Monday to Sunday. Of course, we have got a program from 7 to 8 p.m. every day, but we have got a couple of other programs also. I would like to share where we all discuss. Friday evening, every Friday evening, 4th of September is the next Friday. You will have relevance of Buddha's teaching when we talk about Buddham Saranam Gacchami. I'm so grateful to Venerable Dr. Dhammapiya, who is the Secretary General of the International Buddhist Confederation, along with Dr. Christie from Taiwan, along with Ashok Wangriji, who is another very creative and a very dynamic person, very vibrant person. All of them, they're working hard and they're trying to get the stakeholder. There are 500 million plus followers of Buddhism, and they talk about peace and they talk about relevance of Buddha's teaching in today's education system. It's a wonderful journey. I learned so much from them. And then comes your health, your wellness. Every Saturday evening, we get you the stakeholder. Don't forget, this Saturday, coming Saturday, we are going to talk about different types of diabetes. We are going to talk about yoga, meditation, naturopathy, nutrition, organic, farming, what to eat, how to think, how to remain positive, 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 positive. That is very important. If you are positive, if you spread positive energy, the whole world will appear to you positive. So positivity is very important for all of us. We got to remain positive. You know, we learn positivity so many. The other day I was listening to Suresh Oberoi ji and Brahma Kumari Shivani ji, and they talk about positive thought process, positive thinking. What a beautiful journey. And when they were talking about similar way, when you go to Vivekanand Foundation, you learn from there quite a bit of it. And same thing goes from the India's epics, India's heritage, India's ancient. So don't forget this Saturday, 5th of September, and it's also India's Teachers' Day. Now, Sunday morning, beautiful morning, wonderful morning, when the sun rises, with the sunrise, when you take your exercise. Now also my fellow brothers and sisters right over here in Canada, whether they are in Toronto or they are in Mississauga, they are in downtown Ontario, Calgary, Quebec, Manitoba, or they are in Winnipeg, or they are in British Columbia, or they are in Surrey, wherever they are. And at the same time in America also, whether in New York or they are in on the other shore, the California, or those are joining from the Latin America, right, starting from the Mexico, coming down to Panama, coming to Peru, coming to Brazil, Costa Rica, Venezuela, Argentina, Chile. You all are wonderful people. Please start your day, wonderful day. Be very energetic, be very positive. Think what we can do good for the humanity today. This gentleman comes from America, USA, California, from the Woodbury University, Burbank, every Sunday morning at 9:30, and he's talking to us Vidya se Adhyatam Vidya ki aur, an integrative series of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and 10 principal Upanishads. That is something, it is so much to learn. I'm becoming more and more humble every day because it's a great learning from all of them. These people have done, it's a treasures to learn from others and so much to share to make our education relevant to our day-to-day life. And then comes Sunday evening at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time. By the time it's about 8 o'clock, 8:30, 6:30, 7 o'clock in different time zones in ASEAN countries because they have got different time zones. So they join us from all the 10 countries over there. Every Sunday, 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time, we have got India ASEAN series with a special focus on northeast part of India. 8 beautiful states in India, right? Tripura, Manipur, Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram, Sikkim. Wonderful states. All the 8 states are so good. People are so nice. The culture, the art, the craft, the cuisine, the dances, the music, the learning, and they are so adaptive. They are so open to learn. I love these people. Those are in the northeast part of India, and they are amazing people doing so good. So ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to join us on Sunday evening. That's the 6th of September, 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time. This is the Northeast India. All the states which I mentioned over here, that's India, and that's your ASEAN. Now let me take to 7 p.m. Today, we are having startups, stand-ups, make in India, assemble in India, develop in India, create in India, innovate in India, research in India, whatever you want to talk about to make India self-reliant, Atmanirbhar Bharat ko banane ke liye. We are talking about it. Under the dynamic leadership of Shri Ravindranath Ji, the former CMD of the NSIC under Micro, Small and the Medium Enterprise Ministry. This gentleman is leading the campaign. We want to encourage all youngsters. We want to encourage all boys and girls. We would share with you everything, whatsoever is possible on this planet, how you can start your own venture, your own business, what exactly government is offering, where from you get the technical expertise, where from you get the finance, where from you get the other support. And our chamber will always stand for you to support you. Come forward, come forward, come. Look at it. This is today's speaker I have yet to introduce. This girl, she studied in Canada. She studied in British Columbia, in Vancouver. And when the lockdown was getting announced and the situation was getting bad, she immediately flown back before there was a lockdown in India declared. She got back, she came to India. When she learned what all is happening over here, ladies and gentlemen, this young girl, having got educated in Canada, came back to the soil of India and she started working on Khadi Kavach, started providing to army, paramilitary forces, police forces and others We are proud of such daughters. We are proud of such girls. Tomorrow, she would be sharing the entire journey of hers, how she studied, how she came back to India, how she became the startup, and her entire details are given over here. Tomorrow, you will be in a position to listen to her at 7 p.m. Like today, I've got a Shreyash. Tomorrow, this girl would be coming, and that is the Khadi Kavach. As the Honorable Prime Minister and the entire team of government is telling you, maintain physical distance, take care of yourself, but at the same time, the economy got to develop, you got to start up, and a lot of youngsters are doing wonderful. There's another startup we'll be getting soon. There's a Nishan Patti from Karnataka, and like Make My Trip, he has made Easy My Trip app, and that boy is doing wonderful. Like that, we are collecting. If you are a startup, if you are a stand-up, if you are already doing something, you want to come in this program, you can be a part of it. And I'm also planning to get a couple of youngsters together on this platform where we will be working out and we will plan it out. So ladies and gentlemen, ICSI from morning 9 a.m. till evening 9 p.m. till we finish this particular webinar, 12 hours, we are in the service of the entire humanity world over, because we all are in different continents, different time zones, different places in the world. We try and help you out whatever you can. Should you need any support of any kind, whether you are a teacher, you are a student, you are a startup, you want to start anything, you want to educate yourself, you need any kind of a support, our chamber would be more than happy, because our foundation, everything we have dedicated during this corona and pandemic on education empowerment. This is the research which our chamber has collected till the Independence Day of India, Bharat ke Swatantrata Divas tak pure world se 25 March se whatever we gathered. The golden triangle is now Delhi. It is not Delhi, Agra, Jaipur. The new golden triangle we are going to talk over here. And B2B, which was known earlier as business to business, to be recoined now as back to basics of life. If you live with the basics of life, you will do extremely well. But if you start living luxurious life, you will be creating problem for yourself and for many others. So when we talk about basics of life, it's very important to understand here, what are the basics of life? Okay, first is your food, your basic food, your organic food, your nutrition. And that's what also the Honorable Prime Minister talked in the last Sunday, that is 2 days back in Man Ki Baat. Please do listen to that very carefully. Those 31 minutes, what he has talked about, he gives so much of valuable inputs to everybody. Don't miss that. Do listen and do watch. Now, food and the food security. Right from the time when this corona war and everything has been declared, I have started growing my own vegetables, organic vegetables. I have got my rooftop, my every corner of my residence I have dedicated to plantation, and I'm doing my own organic kheti, and I'm so very happy. The taste of this food, the nutrition of this particular food, and what you get from this food, how can you have a negative thought? How you can have a negative energy? You will remain positive, and you will always remain positive, and you will pray to Almighty. Everybody on this planet should be healthy and having a good health. So ladies and gentlemen, first part is the basic food. Second part, you got to take care of your health and your wellness. If you're mentally strong, your body will follow. Most of the people are having problem world over because body, they devote too much of time in the gym, but mentally they are very weak. When you are mentally weak, you will have lots of ailments and you will have lots of problems. You'll keep eating medicines all the time in life. If you want to remain happy in life, you've got to be mentally strong, mental robustness and mental toughness. We will be having one of these days program also. Come to the third part, digital education. The third part of the triangle, first is food, second is health, third part we are coming on education. Forget about it, that the education will get back to the basic mode, what it used to be in January and February. You've got to look forward now. You've got to move ahead now. It's a digital learning, it's a technology-based learning, it's a flipped learning, it's a blended learning, it's outside the classroom learning. The new education policy of India also is talking about everything happening practical, on ground, vocational. So ladies and gentlemen, all of us make optimum use of the technology and move ahead. Heartiest congratulations and greetings, because all the people, those are observing at this point of time, Onam. Today is a very important day, another one in the history. On 1st of September 1947, although we got independence on 15th of August, but the Indian Standard Time was introduced on 1st of September 1947. Now over here in Canada, in the country over here, we have got different time zones. In America, you've got different time zones. In Latin America, Europe, when you talk about. But when you talk about India, the entire India has got one time zone. That's what I want to share. So 1st of September 1947, it's the Indian Standard Time when we talk about. This is the last slide which I share before I get the warriors of today. Ladies and gentlemen, whatsoever human mind can conceive and believe, and this is a message for all my youngsters, all my millennials. You all are wonderful souls. First of all, my blessings and my greetings to all of you. I pray to Almighty that you all should come forward. You all should do great on this planet. You all have got different gadgets. You all have got a lot of creativity and innovation. Come out with your creativity. Come out with your innovation. The most precious thing on this planet is time. Make best use of your time. Whatsoever human mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. Start believing in that. Any idea, let people say anything. But when you have got an idea, you can do wonders on this planet. So let's come together. Making education relevant. It's a global confluence of educators, motivators, technocrats, counselors, wellness experts, corporate, government administrators, and decision makers. We extend you a very hearty welcome. If any youngster who is a startup, who is a stand-up, or who has got innovative idea, who wants to come over here, and I was talking to some of the people in the Northeast in India today, and I was telling them this morning, 4 people can come together, come in the panel. Instead of 1 speaker, there can be 4 people together, and you can share your vision, you can share your idea, you can talk anything. So Northeast people in India, they're getting together, 4 of them, they told me. So I'm looking forward to that. And similar way, people from different countries, different parts, different places, let's bring innovation and creativity of these youngsters, millennials out. You can send us email at innovation@icsi.asia. And at the same time, you can also send WhatsApp. Both the numbers are listed over here. It would be a pleasure to have you, and you can write to us. These are the 5 kiddies. Those are joining us today. For me, they are my small kids, but at the same time, they are my 5-star of today evening. My blessings to all of them. We have got Vaishnavi, we have got Angel, we have got Srinidhi, we have got Abhinya, we have got Nikita. I extend them my blessings. I send them my greetings and best wishes, and they will be sharing the vision with you. And all the principals, all the teachers, all the educators, wherever you are, kindly encourage your girl child. All parents, encourage your girl child. And principals and teachers, please take initiative. We have got right over here our Colonel Saab, Colonel K.C. Menon in India, who is the regional advisor for ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry for South India. He is the person who is taking care of this particular task. Every day, 5 girls coming from anywhere from the world. His email is listed right over here. His mobile number is also given over here. If you want to ring him up in India, +91, you can just add up and you can give him a call. You can send a WhatsApp to him. And at the same time, these 5 children who will come in this particular program, I would request them that please share your vision, your ideas, your empowerment with other girls also. Open your Facebook. All the people, those are watching today this particular program, come on Dr. Gulshan Sharma's page on the Facebook. Open your Facebook page. Tell your friends. Open your watch parties. Because aim is you only should not keep the knowledge to yourself, the knowledge to be shared with the universe, the knowledge to be shared globally. And I've already told my governing body and Colonel Menon also, the 5 girls who will come every evening, they should join our future programs also. They should keep coming in our programs. They should keep encouraging others also. They should keep sharing information with others also. and they will get a special gold certificate. Like you see the gold on the top, the 5-star of today evening, their certificate would be little different from the participant certificate. It will have a gold cover all around, because they take they take pride in coming forward and empowering the humanity to share their idea. So anybody who empowers the universe, the nature, and the humanity, and all the god and goddesses in this cosmos, they send their best wishes and blessings and greetings to all of them. So I request these 5 girls, kindly share with others also. Keep coming, keep encouraging others also like you. And Colonel Casey Menon is doing a wonderful job. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the star of the evening on 1st of September today. I've got Shreyash Mishra. He's a young entrepreneur. He's a Tedx speaker. I extend him a very hearty welcome, very warm welcome as a father, as a grandfather, because he's like my child. He is in this cosmos, in this universe. He is a person who is going to share his vision, his dynamism, his energy with the entire system, with all of us. So while extending a very hearty welcome to him, let me say a few words about him. Shreyash Mishra is the CEO and the president of the Shex group. Shreyash is also one of the best minds when it comes to human-computer interaction and the future of technology. I always believe in, because all these youngsters, they've got a lot to share with all of us with technology. I'm very, very happy. He is a fast-paced entrepreneur with a knack for creating, managing, and scaling businesses. Wow. He's a national champion of Microsoft in World Championship and has received the Gold Award by the Royal Commonwealth Society for the Literary Works. Proud of you. God bless you. He is also a Tedx speaker and actively engages with the young minds to mentor them in the areas of technology, business, and self-development. So I'm taking all the 3 keywords here: technology, business, and self-development. Wow, great. At this age, 22 years of age, and as I read more about him, he started his journey 7 years back when he was 15 years old. And that's what we all got to understand. He strives to reinvent the way people use technology so that it is empowering and makes them happier citizens in the world. Wow. Avid learner and a fierce competitor, he jumps on an opportunity to grow before you would know that. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, let me extend a very hearty welcome to this young boy, this young person, this young entrepreneur, this young startup. I'm proud of him. We are starting this wonderful journey with him. And this month is dedicated to all the youngsters. So like it happens in the film industry, the person who invites the celebrities, let me invite today's celebrities, and Shreyash Mishra takes on the floor and the center stage right over here with all of us. So Shreyash, where are you? I got to get you right over here at the center stage. Hearty welcome to you and a warm welcome to you. Pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's such a great honor to understand what you are doing and the kind of efforts that you are putting. And the best part that I noticed about in the last 20-30 minutes is that your commitment is not limited to a weekend session on the internet. It's day in, day out, repeated sessions, and it's all focused on the people, not about you. And today, since we are talking about technology and the millennial group, the youth, one thing that we really need to understand that this generation is more people centric than ever. We have seen a lot of generations and the revolution that you see, and this is not just in terms of the behavioral change, but the entire socio-economic growth of the world. you see that youth is trying to empower the way we do things. And we can assert for a fact, I don't know one person who can deny that technology is not aiding in that. When we talk about technology, there was a time when technology was a skill. It was like, oh, you know how to use a computer. That was a very big thing then. But today, technology is just a medium of communication, and it extends way beyond that. Now, if we see using a computer today is as comparable to writing a letter in the 90s. You do it with the same ease, and even easier today. Letters are sent and received back in matter of seconds. You do not have to go to a post office now. So it has become such a strong way of communication. And when I talk about young people, and I talk to a lot of them, and they want to do such great things. They have so much of ideas, so much of energy, and I see that yes, they do not lack the knowledge or the relevant experience to do it. I always tell them, see, you have to be patient. And uh, if you go out and ask anyone who's crossed their 30s, and you ask them what one trait would you want to have more when you were in your 20s or when you were in your teenage, and they would say, I wish I was more patient, I enjoyed life more, I did not rush into things, I made more informed decisions. And this is a general theme where you receive these answers. It's Nobody ever told me that I regret taking an opportunity. They take an opportunity. The fact that they regret is they gave up too soon. They did not have the patience and the exuberance to see it through. And when I talk to young minds, whether they are innovating in technology, whether they are innovating in sustainable development, they are talking about education, you have to be patient. Today we live in a world where everything is instant. You want to talk to someone, you drop them a WhatsApp message. You want a shoes, you drop just order it from Amazon. You do not have to roam the streets of Mumbai to get a good shoe. You can just order it on Amazon and it's there at your doorstep. Today morning I was reading the news, and in US they have approved drone deliveries. So now literally packages are going to fall on your lap. You do not even have to go out. When with all these technological shifts, the demand that we have right now is very instant. We want everything right now. And it might work very well. You need to have that aggression, that passion to get things in the least amount of time, but you also need to have the patience to see it through. You cannot grow a banyan tree in 2 days. You have to see it through its lifetime. You have to see the lifespan of it. And that is when we are talking about startups, and it's all focused on startups today. And I would like to highlight this point that I have invested in startups. I know how young entrepreneurs think. And I know for a fact that I have seen more pivotal moments in the companies that I have seen in the entire 20th century. And that is not because the technology is moving fast. Yes, the technology is fast paced, and that's not going to change. It will even get faster. But what I have noticed as a trend is that businesses are not seeing their operations through, and that is something young entrepreneurs really need to focus a lot on. And even if you are a technology company, there are frameworks, there are cycles, there are ways of creating technology. Today the platform we are using, whether it's Zoom, whether it's Facebook, it's a product of hours of development, days, months, years of development. Millions of lines of codes are running right now as I speak. And that did not happen without the necessary patience, the gravity of your character. The people who built these platforms did not get here in 2 days or 3 months. And that brings me to the second point. When we are building a company, and in a technology company, most of your products are superficial. They are not very tangible. They are all over the web. You can't feel your product like you could do in the 80s. You there is your development is on the cloud. It's literally in the air. And when that happens, your product team, your organizational team needs to focus and build the culture inside the company. And that culture should focus on innovation. And collaboration comes as a part of it. That could, via collaboration, you get to the point of innovation. And when we talk about innovation, one thing that we really need to understand is that the bonding of the team. And we can have 100 people, and they won't, and these people are 100 people are divided, and they do not share the same views, they are not collected by the same vision. And these people, these 100 experts, MBAs, get get them from MIT, Stanford, anywhere in the world, if these 100 people are not united by a common focused tunnel vision, they will fall apart. And I'll tell you, a team of three kids, just three teenagers from a garage, will out innovate them because they are united by a common vision. They are united by the same energy, by the same passion to achieve the same result. And that is commendable, and that is one of the benefits that the young age gives you, is that the abundance of energy. Like Dr. Sharma here, he's so young and energetic. you know he's as good as a 19-year-old teenager, because I see teenagers with less energy than him. And it is true, because when I see the entire canvas of teenage, you have to understand that it's not the same people, it's not uniform in any sense. They come from different backgrounds, they come from demographics, they have different belief systems. What I believe about technology, about entrepreneurship, is not the same person who's sitting next to me. And when you are so differentiated, every person is so unique in their approach to life, thing that brings them together is a leader, who has the ability to weave threads, these micro threads, into a canvas. And I think the future of leadership, the future of technology led businesses, today I do not, I don't actually like using this term called technology led, because right now, the way I see, every business is technology led, whether they accept it or not. Every business has technology woven into their business cycles, their operations. Even if you want to, you hate technology to its core, you can't opt out of it, because that's where your customers are. You can't possibly say that I'm going to do a webinar, or I'm going to send a newsletter not via an email but via a postcard. Nobody will even receive it. It will come and go down the crash. So the point is that every business is technology led, and when millennials are going into business, when they are looking to innovate, when they are looking to do things, you have to be the leader that weaves these threads into a canvas. And this weaving is what, how strongly these threads are woven, how inseparable they are, is what will define your success. The most successful companies I know today are a result of a leader who brought people together on a common vision. And and I think, see, I can go about the technicalities of business as much as you want, and you can, today we are in a world where you can learn an entire MBA course over Google. I don't need to teach you what a balance sheet is, what a P&L statement is. Like, you will be bored and you'll just leave out of this session right now. So I am talking about the things that matter beyond what the business world tells you. And I talk about this in my book Noetic Commerce as well, that you have to think and operate as a business as if it's a human. You have to see it as a child of your passion and labor. It is a result of hours, months, and years of your hard work. It won't happen tomorrow. It won't happen in 1 year. Maybe it won't even happen in 3 years. But you have to stay persistent. And that is what defines a leader, and that going ahead with the fast paced innovation that's happening around, there's a guy who's constantly working to beat you. And going ahead, you will see a wave of disruption coming in. The routine jobs we know right now will be taken away by AI. Processes will shorten, things will happen. And all these things, the entire technological landscape that's shifting is still dependent on the human interaction of it. And I talk about this in my Tedx talk as well. And I talk about this a lot to young people when I tell them that if you really want to succeed, whether it's in the current era, whether it's in the technology AI led era, when AI is as smart as us, if you want to succeed, you just need three skills. Everything else can be learned, everything else can be honed and perfected over time via Google, via courses. There's so much of resource out there. That's almost irrelevant. But there are three things that will define your success, and those three things are: one, your ability to be creative; second, your ability to think critically; and third, your ability to persuade. So, creativity, critical thinking, and persuasion. These three things, if a person adapts them, if a person masters it, there is no stopping. Sky's the limit. Because you are what you do, not what you say or what you believe in. Ultimately, you have to bring these things into action. And it all starts with a little thought, a bulb going on in your head. Yeah, this is what I want to do. This idea of mine will change the world. This idea of mine will solve a problem. And that's where creativity comes into play. That you are able to step out of the status quo and out innovate the current situation of the world. That's creativity. It is not about painting art and making good designs. That's just one side of creativity that comes into play. A lot of creativity is your ability to solve a problem, to see a problem, acknowledge it, because most of the time solving the problem is not the bigger issue. The bigger issue is acknowledging that there is a problem in the first place. And when people do that, when entrepreneurs do that, they acknowledge a problem, they solve a problem, they set their path to success. They don't succeed right away, but they start on the path. And after you have identified a problem, after you have found a creative solution to this problem, the second part that comes in is critical thinking. Okay, now I know I have a problem and this is a proposed solution to it. But your journey doesn't stop there. It has barely begun. Your journey begins when you start thinking critically about every action you take. Every breath you take in that direction needs to be critically thought of. Why am I doing this? And I the and it's very easy to get emotional about business because it's yours. It's there is something that you own 100% in your world, and you want it to succeed so badly that you are even willing to let go of its flaws. And that is one of the points where people lack in thinking critically. So when I talk about thinking critically, I have a simple way of doing it. Whatever actions I take, whatever tasks I take up, whatever operational strategies I set, there is one question that I ask myself all the time: how will this impact the target audience that I'm catering to? How will my action, whether it's sending an email to a partner, whether it's sending a small, making a big product, everything starting from small, short scale communication to a large scale product, you have to ask one question and one question only: is how is it going to impact the people that I am catering to, the people that I so deeply care about? Because you wouldn't have started this business because if you weren't caring about the problem. If your only goal is to make money, you will fail. I'll tell you very honestly, you will fail because just making money is not going to get you through the line. If you are starting with your creative problem solving skills, you need to implement them in the most efficient, most time valuable way to bring it to life. Because your idea in its entirety is worth nothing until it's implemented. You can have great thoughts, You can say that I want to change the world, I want to stop climate change. But just by you thinking to stop climate change, it won't stop. You have to go and act. You have to work towards carbon neutrality. So whatever it is, whatever you do needs to be implemented. And when you go into the real world application of it, that's where your job starts. Because the kind of problems that you will face, the kind of challenges, the kind of people that you will meet every day will teach you so much. Every day will be a problem to solve. I'm not saying that it's a big problem. Like, it's not that you are terminally ill, but that problem, the way you approach it, your approach to that problem will determine what your tomorrow is. So your ability to solve today's problem determines your quality of your future tomorrow. And that's what critical thinking is about. Critical thinking is about being conscious, being aware of what you're doing. As long as you are aware, conscious, and you are very logical in the approach, in the implementation of your so-called creative idea, you will move along the way, not, I won't say very swiftly, but faster than a person who's not thinking critically. And the third is persuasion. So this is where your marketing comes in and the business side of it. But persuasion is basically going out and telling the world why you are the best one to address that problem. Why should a person outside, a third party who does not know you, who's never seen you in his entire life, believe in you to solve their problems? Like, if tomorrow a guy just randomly comes out onto me on the road and tells me, I think your revenues are dropping this quarter, I'll help you put it up. I'm like, please go away, do not waste my time. He needs to persuade me to believe in him. And that, I think, is a very major part of the business. And I know this. I have seen thousands of target audience set. I have my own agency, advertising and all, and I have seen thousands of audience set, and the way people respond to things, I can tell for a fact that even one sentence in your entire communication can change the effect on the person's mind who's reading it. One sentence, the use of words. If you are not manifesting your thoughts in a way that it's relatable to the person in front of you, you have already failed, because there is no way that person is ever going to trust you to invest his time, energy, money, and possibly his life for you. Why? Because we say this, that time is life, money is life, your life is based on these factors. Why should I invest my life in a company, in an entrepreneur whom I barely know? And it all boils down to your ability to persuade that this is the guy I trust. He is my messiah. He is going to take me over the line. He is going to solve my problems, take away my woes, and make me a better human. And the moment you, as an entrepreneur, get these three factors right, take any company, any sector, any size, any business area, you do these three things, and I can guarantee you 100% that these three things will take you over the line. And it won't be just about your success, it will be the success of your subordinates. Everyone from the chairman of the company to an intern who joined yesterday will be a part of that journey, because you are led by a common vision. You are trying to solve a problem. You are working very hard. You are thinking critically. You are persuading people to join in your journey. It's a story that you tell. Business is a story. I am telling you a story right now. Why, even while I'm speaking to you, I am persuading you to believe in what I'm trying to say. Because why should you? I am a random guy that you just met an hour ago. Why should you trust me? And I don't say you should. I'm not even trying to tell you to trust me. All I'm trying to say is, I have given you three skills that you need to work on, and you need to really consider them. And it's your decision. Everyone, every millennial that I know, every Gen Z person, every teenager for that is so conscious, they are so aware that they can make their own decision. Is Shreyash right today? Should I work on being creative? Should I work on thinking critically? Should I work on my persuasion skills? And if the answer is yes, go out and do it. And if the answer is no, find your own answers. Find why do you need to do these things? What do you need to succeed? And that's what entrepreneurship is all about. Jumping from a mountain and building the plane on the way down. You just have to take the plunge, immerse yourself completely in what you're doing, and then ensure that you impact people. Any company I have invested, any company that I feel strongly about, I see only one factor. What is the change they are bringing in the life of the consumers they are catering to, the users they're catering. Of course, there is an exchange of money. There's a whole capitalistic system built around it, but it's not just built around someone looting you of your money. It's built around someone providing you value in exchange for money. It's an exchange. Someone has devoted their life to cater to your problems, and that's basically the entire layout of entrepreneurship. And I feel that if millennials focus on this, if they use technology as a tool to aid them in developing these three skills, whether it's using technology to persuade, digital marketing, AI, whether it's building your product, thinking critically of solving problems, generating consumer insights, identifying what troubles them, what makes them happy. Technology is everywhere. And as a millennial entrepreneur, you need to look at these things. And it will grow on you. You will learn about it. You will do things that are absolutely irrelevant. I'm not saying you'll get it right at the first time. Nobody does. If someone tells you that you will get it right 100%, they are just trying to fool you or trying to get a benefit out of you. Nobody gets it 100% right. But even if you are able to do it 50, 60, 70% right, you will create an impact which is far more, it is so colossal that you would have never done if you did not take the first decision to start. You cannot create an impact if you do not start. And it all starts with one decision. A decision so unwavering, so committed that you are ready to dedicate your entire life, 4, 5, 10 years of your life into progressing one mission of yours. If every person strives and focuses on solving just one problem in this world, just one problem, I think there is a leader in everyone, and some realize it, some don't. But if every person looks inside, looks at the leader in them, and looks at solving just one problem in their life, we would have solved 7 billion problems that way. And I don't think we have 7 billion problems in the world. So if going forward, I see that the youth needs to step up. They need to up their game. They need to rise their level of consciousness. They need to become more aware of the surrounding and go head on. Take the plunge. Take risk. This is the time you take risk. You won't be able to take risk when you are 70 years old, 80 years old. You will not have that energy. You will have responsibilities. You will have people whom you'll have to look out for. Today, the only people you have to look out for are the people who are with you in your journey, the people who work with you, and the people you are catering to. That's a responsibility in itself. But that's a responsibility that you committed your life. And I think every human should look forward to doing that. And this is not just for millennials. I am talking about every person. Whether you are 80 years old listening to me right now, whether you are the CEO of the top Silicon Valley company, whether you are a 10th grade student, just make a decision to solve one problem in the society. Just one problem. You can make it capitalistic, you can make it for non-profit, you can do it any way you want, but just strive to solve one problem, and we would have changed the face of the entire earth. Not even AI will be able to supersede the capacity, the strength, the compassion that humans would have developed by solving one problem each. No computer will be able to process that within our lifetimes at least. And I think AI is far away. What we are seeing right now is advanced computing. You do not need to worry about a robot taking over your life, making you their slaves. Do not worry about all that so soon. Maybe when you are 40 years old, maybe when you are 30 years down the line, you can worry about it. Right now, just focus on solving the problems at hand. We do not have the capacity to solve a problem that's 50 years away. We can't. Nobody does. Not even God does right now. So let's just focus on solving what we have right now. And I think we will have a very good world going ahead.
Shesh, God bless you. Such a wonderful to listen to you and your views. You are so focused. I've got few questions. If you want to have a little water, you can. No worries. Yeah, because it has to be very informal. It has to be. I want to understand you more. First of all, I send you my blessings. I send you my greetings and I send you my best wishes. You are so focused. You are so wonderful. And may God shower all the blessings on you and you do wonderful to the humanity. I've got few things which should come from your heart, like you shared this vision from your heart. First of all, first of all, how did you become so focused for, you're just 22 and you started your journey at the age of 15. So 7 years back, how you got focused? Because although I'm with the youngsters, I'm not with the elders. I'm not going with my biological clock. I'm going with my emotional clock. I love children. I listen to them. I talk to them. I rather spend more time with them. I want to listen to them. I want to learn from them. How did you get so focused at the age of 15 and this last 7 years? Because a lot of entrepreneurs you have developed today, sharing a program and bringing you for the first program starting this month with you of the youngsters of the millennials, because I saw one of the girl who was groomed by you earlier and she is now the entrepreneur doing very well. She came in one of my program and she mentioned about you. And from there the journey started and I thought of it that we have to get you. Tell me how you got so focused and how you are so much convinced whatsoever you are doing at this age.
I see if it would be an overstatement if I said that I knew everything before I started. It maybe it was a thirst to do something different.
Okay.
I was quite fed up with the way things were working in a traditional education system. Go to school, come back, do your homework. It's boring, honestly, because you are set in that routine. And
Yeah.
while I was doing that, while I was doing well at school,
Yeah.
I also wanted to go beyond that. And I started with small things, websites and blah, blah, blah. And I started small. I started focusing on things that I could do, the skills I had. I've been very good with technology since the age of 8 or 10. My parents gave me the access to technology so early, and I've been developing myself on that. And I got well with it. And that's what got me started. Then around that age, I met my partner Rex, and we started things together. We were all focused on creating something. It was not that okay, I want to change the entire world, but it was like we want to do some meaningful work, and it all started with that. Over time, we evolved, and we developed a philosophy of what we were doing. Uh, as we realized, we made mistakes, businesses failed, profits lost, all the traditional cycle that goes on, the standard rags to riches story. But one thing that we developed over time, what evolved, was our philosophy of doing work. And we basically started out with one common vision that whatever we do, we want to make people feel different than what they are doing right now. If they are feeling sad, we want to make them happy. If they are feeling happy, we want to make them happier. And it all started with one commitment to making people feel different that led to different companies investing, invention of noetic commerce, export, and it brought me here. And I don't even see myself as someone who's experienced. In fact, most of the times when I go and tell people about anything, I tell them, listen, you don't have to listen to me. I am just 22 years old, and my age does not offer me that credibility to speak here. But it is a vision for the future that offers me a platform, because you are not driven by experience, you are driven by a vision. And that is all I have been focusing on. Even if you saw, like today, I was speaking more about what happens next and what not you have to do to prepare to get here. It was all about wherever you are, just start and look at what's going to happen next. And that's how I started. That's how I And once you have that thing in your head कि हाँ मुझे ये change करना है, I want to change this thing, I want to make people feel different, you are automatically committed, you are automatically motivated to do that, because it's a decision you made, and it's a commitment not only to yourself but to people around you, that I am here to change your life, and that keeps me going.
Wonderful, wonderful. Second part, right from your heart, it should come to us because people are watching you world over and people are very keen to know more. Because that's why I started this program with, it is a millennials month. All the millennials will come, all the teenagers will come, all the youngsters will come in this program and they will share their experience. Tell me that the new education system which is coming now, where the arts, commerce, science is not separate, music is also there, fashion designing is also there, gamification is also there, coding is also there, creativity is also there. Do you really feel that we desired and we deserved this program much earlier, which is now being done?
Absolutely. And if you see the attempts of the government in the NEP is to make the whole system more holistic. It's
Yes.
it's to integrate various stakeholders, bring them into a singular pool, and make them work towards a common goal,
Uh-huh.
whatever it may be. If you are a company, you want better labor. If you are an educator, you want more skilled children. Anything it could be. But what this policy does is gives you the flexibility. The walls that we were confined in when I was studying, and the walls we were confined in have been shattered now, and I am free to roam. And then it's a field now. Earlier I was in a room, now I'm in a field.
Yes.
But one thing we need to understand is that we are still dealing with children who have not learned to make their decisions. They are not consenting adults with the necessary information to
Uh,
make life decisions so soon in their life. And if you leave a bunch of children on a field, you know what happens. They run around everywhere. And you marathons or races are not won by running all across the field. It's won by running on a single track and doing it very fast and with utmost focus. So while the system, the government may have brought us down to a field, it's now the job of educators to draw the tracks, make the student stand on that track, and make him run in that direction. Because
Wonderful.
the
Wonderful.
whole policy will fail if you do not have the ecosystem to provide for it. If your ecosystem is rigged for a student to not succeed, no amount of policy changes are going to do that.
Mm.
If you are going to do this, then all stakeholders need to pitch in, whether it's corporates, whether it's schools, whether it's non-profits. You have to come together to make sure that the people who are going to be the leaders of tomorrow are running in the right direction, because we all know there are downsides to technology as well. As per WHO, we are going to see a higher rate of depression in the coming years than we have never seen. And that's partly because of technology. An average teenager is more concerned about getting likes on Facebook than they are concerned about the career graph. And that thing, what they are really trying to do is trying to control something that's not in their control. It's an algorithm. You cannot beat math. So if the children are running about superficial things, if they're chasing superficial things which they can not control, neither achieve, then we as stakeholders of their future building have failed. We have failed in doing our job if we cannot point our children in the right direction. And I'd say NEP is just one beginning. And while I laud the decision to start something, I also am a very critical guy about how the things are done. So we might have started off very well, but we need to build that momentum. Otherwise, the graph is just going down. We are not getting anything good if the momentum is not in the right direction.
Wonderful, wonderful. Proud of your parents. Those have given you so much of clarity in life and so much of clarity of thought. You have shared 4 words, and all 4 words sum up the entire policy. You used that the new education policy has brought the people from the room to the field, and from the field, it has come on the track. And on the track, now we got to run in the right direction. So this particular policy, if it is implemented in the right way, in the right packaging, in the right form, at the right place, then it's going to do wonderful because the policy is formulated. Now it has got to be implemented. That is
Absolutely.
something which is very important. So Shreyash is such a wonderful, I think my decision was so good. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your each and every thought process which you have shared with all of us. You got to give me 5 minutes because 1 minute I have to give. There are five people under the women empowerment are waiting. I listen to them and then I get you back again because the summing up we have to do with you. Meanwhile, I'll get some input from the Silicon Valley. I'll get some input from the other places, and then we will wind up the program. Proud of you, and I clap for you all the way. It was wonderful to listen to you. So let me now get across to these five children, five kiddies of mine. Abinya, let's start with you, child. Let's start with you. Abinya, good evening. You got to unmute your mic, child.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, child. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Mama, papa, parents, brother, sister, neighbor, community, all are okay?
Yes, sir. All are okay.
Avinya, your time starts now. Let's get on to and you share your vision on water saving.
Uh, first, first of all, I'm Abhinaya from
Okay.
Bangalore,
Okay.
Karnataka.
Okay.
My hobbies are reading books, playing sports, and I'm also interested in learning new things. I'm an athlete and a basketball player. Uh, so I have a few tips which I would like to share on conserving water. The first and foremost is during brushing teeth, we should ensure that we open tap only when it's necessary because even now, many of them will open the tap when it's not necessary. And then swimming pools and fountains must be equipped with recirculation pumps so that the water can be reused. And then we can install low flush toilets in public places. We should use an aerator or water flow reducer attachment on taps to reduce water usage. This is nowadays made mandatory in many apartments, and many individual houses are also going towards this. In individual houses, we already have water meters to check the usage of water. Same way, we should make sure to install it even in apartments. And we should use bucket of water for bathing instead of using showers, using more showers. So, um, and whenever there's a leakage, water leakage in pipeline or taps, it should be immediately fixed. So these were some of the tips I wanted to share.
Great. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Stay safe. Srinidhi, I would request all of you, we are not interested what city you are in, which college you are in and all. We just want to know you and we want to get your views. Please, I would request on that. Srinidhi, please go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, I'm from Tamil Nadu.
We
So
are interested to know. Please go ahead. We don't want to know that where are you from.
that's fine, sir. I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead.
Yes, please.
So basically, in this era of using water in a responsible manner, I'm here, a small girl, to give a few more suggestions to your responsibility.
Sure.
So here are a few suggestions. So as it is told already, one can opt for using a bucket instead of taking a shower or taking a bath in bathtub.
That's
Using
already
a cup,
given. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yes. So one should also make sure that the water used for cleaning vegetables or reused for gardening and not let into the drains. Uh, one can also use sprinkle system for watering the garden instead of using hose. Make sure we should make sure that our faucet is in store streaming while cleaning vessels. Though it sounds weird as it is so told already, Indian toilet system requires less usage of water than the flush system. One can either go for that or can opt for choosing low flow systems. So next, uh,
Okay. Okay. Next. Any other points, Nidhi?
uh, just one more, sir.
Please go ahead.
This simple method of using a broom to clean your driveways helps even to save water. So I hope I have given my points, and thank
Very
you.
good. Very good. Thank you very much. I will also request these small kids of mine, please listen to others' comments also. If somebody has already covered a particular point, kindly don't repeat that. That's what we would request you. Okay, that would save time. Vaishnavi, yes, Vaishnavi. Please go
Uh,
ahead, Vaishnavi.
Greetings, sir.
Yeah, you children, your all videos are off. Is the frequency not fine or is the bandwidth? Okay, Vaishnavi, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Vaishnavi?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, good
Uh,
evening, child. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Please, yes.
So my views are that everyone were talking about households, how we can control, but I can tell that in industries they should start recirculating the water which they are using for cooling purposes, the process which is used in industries. And then in agriculture, we can see that today there are many new youths who are putting their brains into making new inventions which will be helping agriculture in agricultural practices, which will be like stopping the wastage of water, like sensors, automated systems, which will help the overflow of water. And then we can see that in we can take Israel as an example, as you can see that they don't have the condition where it's very convenient for farming, but still they are very advanced in agriculture, so we can take them as an example. And then we can see that in all the like household and all, as they said, all those stuffs, we can start our rainwater harvesting. And then it's our responsibility, the little things which we do, like we go report the authority where in our locality we see something which the drainage is leaking or something like that, or the water pipe is leaking. It's our responsibility to go inform the concerned authorities and get it mended very soon. And then it's our responsibility to make all the things perfect, because the next generations which are going to come, they also have the equal rights as we have on this resources. And the treatment of water, like the wastewater, we have to implement more ways where they can treat water and reuse that. So that should be there in the practice. And I think night irrigation is also one of the things that we should start using, like as the water is getting more evaporated during the daytime, so that they can go for night irrigation if possible. And almost all the farmers should be very well informed about the new technologies, and they should be they should be given education about using the new technology in a effective way. So these were my points. So I think it was
Very good.
my view.
Very good. At least
Thank you.
you stepped out of the residence and you brought some suggestion which is globally applicable. God bless you, child.
Thank you.
Angel,
Thank you.
Angel,
Thank
good
you,
evening,
sir.
beta. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening. So,
Yes, go
I'm
ahead.
with George. Yeah, and my views on conservation of water would be, first, we have to protect our water from pollution. Pollution is something that is going on, it's increasing day by day. So, let's protect water from pollution and conserve water by turning off the tap when it is not necessary. And we have to be careful on what we throw on our sink or toilet, and we should take care that we do not overuse pesticides or fertilizers, as this can definitely ruin our soil. And next point would be rational use of water, and that's a very important point. Then I would like to draw attention towards use of modern irrigation methods. It's very important as the use of drip irrigation method or pipes with hole, and they can help to almost reduce 95% of the water wastage that is happening in the farmer society now. And the more and more water can be utilized to a great extent. Then even in industries, it's a out of a box point, but still consumption of water should be brought to center of attraction for industries as well. Then it will be definitely recycling of water, reusing of water can help to minimize and increase conservation of water to a great extent. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful. God bless you, beta. God bless you. Nikita. Nikita, good evening. You got to unmute your mic, child.
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
So, myself, Nikta,
Yes.
and most of the points were said by my friends, and I have a very few left,
No worries.
first of
No
all.
worries. No worries. Please go ahead.
So, what I think is that we have to know we are wasting water, and water is decreasing day by day. Then we will find more creative way to save water. Example is that we can use dishwashers and put low instead of washing each plates like individually, we can use dishwasher, so we can save water there. Then washing machine with large loads, so we can save water there. And we can also plant trees which need less water, so we don't have to irrigate it frequently. Then I found something really interesting is that crop production needs a lot of water, and we can save water by saving food itself. So we can less throw less waste of food waste, and it's that is related to water. We can save it. Uh, we can save water by that. Then there are many things like catch rainwaters. We can use rainwater for production, cultivation, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Nikita. Now, I'm grateful to all the 5 kids, all the 5 children. Wonderful. Thank you very much. It was a wonderful input from your side. May God bless all of you. Keep coming and be a part of the program. Inform your friends also. Inform your other people also. Let everybody know. Come on the Facebook also. Post over there. And now, before we close this particular session, you all can post something on Dr. Gulshan Sharma's page, on the watch party, on the Facebook. And as I told initially, Colonel Manon, that we are going to give a gold certificate from this program from 1st September onward. From today, all the participants, the girl child, those are coming for water saving and water conservation. Proud of you. God bless all of you. Keep coming, and tomorrow morning you can see your program on YouTube as well. Let me come back to the main, my resource person of today. Shreyash, my mind, my heart, my soul, and my spirit is not filled because so much I want to talk to you, but time is too short. But still, have got few things to. Today, youngsters, they do not want to sit with elders. They do not want to talk to elders too much. They are busy in their own gadgets. They are having their own earphones, and they are busy in their own world. And if I'm traveling in a train, if I'm traveling in flight, if I'm traveling in bus, and if I want to talk to a youngster next door, excuse me, so he or she feels, why this gentleman is intruding my place or space or something, and they say, oh, uncle, I'm busy, just excuse me, can I just take on uncle after some time? And they are busy in listening a song, and after, when they feel okay, they have listened 5 6 songs and they are free now, they say, yes uncle, you were saying something when the flight is about to land. Why is it happening that way? Why the gap is widening between elders and youngsters? Because initially you gave one very important point, which I noted down. Which generation is more people-centric? You used one sentence initially. Which generation is more people-centric when you talked about and when you started? So in a very polite way, I'm going to say nobody will feel bad about it. No harshness, nothing. And everybody has to take it in a positive way because मैं तो बच्चों के साथ हूँ. I'm with the younger generation. I'm not with the elders. My biological clock may be anything, but I'm with my grandchildren and I'm with my children. I don't want to with my age group people. So tell me, what is the reason and what elders should do and what youngsters should?
So, although coming from a tech background, I share quite some criticism for the way technology has shaped up right now. And I think understanding it gives me the right to also criticize it. And that's the only reason I can criticize it in the first place. And so, what I have understood in the past years, the trends that I've seen, is that we have focused so much on communicating digitally. You know, five years or 10 years back, if you wanted to, meet a person, or if you wanted, like, let's suppose you wanted to invite me to this program, you would have said, oh, let's catch up on a for a coffee, we'll discuss this over, and probably we can plan it out. Today it happens either via WhatsApp, via email, or a call. At best, call feels like you have done something big, because now everything is via text message. And that is a culture that has developed. And I see there are a lot of psychological reasons why teenagers, youngsters do not want to interact in general. And honestly, I wouldn't be the best person to say that, because I prefer physical interaction more than digital ones.
Okay. Okay.
And but one thing I would really like to point out is that when, and I've seen this in quite a lot of teenagers, is that when they are seen talking to a elderly person, they feel that they are missing out on their current social group. They are as if they are out of place in their current social economic status. And that makes them feel left out, that makes them feel isolated. And that is why they avoid these interactions altogether. And if they are, like, you are in a flight, Dr. Sharma is next to me, now I have to be polite to him, let me talk for 5 minutes. So instead of having a 2 hour long conversation where the person can actually learn so much from your experience, he would prefer to have that 5 minutes of final interaction to avoid the humiliation of its peers. That, Arey, what are you talking to an old man? What does he know about things? They are not from the same generation. They don't understand us. They have nothing to offer us. And that's a quite pertinent mindset that goes on. And I tell this to most people. And before this, even when we were interacting, I told you this, that I focus on this a lot, that no matter who they are, even if it's a child younger than you or a person of your grandfather's age, go talk to them. They might not share the same vision, same philosophy of life as you do, but they sure do have something to offer. And if you're listening critically enough, you will at least take one thing away from a conversation. What are you learning from listening a song? Nothing. And this is something that parents have to inculcate right from the beginning, because after a certain age, after they are in 20s, they are already conditioned to a mindset. But when they are raw, when they're in 8 years, 9 years old, and they are exposed to technology for the first time, they do not know the appropriate boundaries to it. And if you do not control them, I won't say control, but if you do not teach them the limits of their usage, they will get addicted to it. And the whole technological ecosystem is made to addict people to it. So that's how corporations profit in the first place. So if parents are not taking care of this addiction early on in life, as they say, if you do not want to drink alcohol for your entire life, do not have the first drink itself. So the parents have to start early on, inculcate that habit. It would start with a small routine that no matter what you do in a day, 30 minutes is family time. Let's sit and talk together. No matter what you do, go ask your grandfather what he did when he was your age. How did he learn? How did he survive? And parents don't do this. They are fine. हाँ ठीक है, YouTube देख रहा है. It's okay. He might be doing something on his phone. If I make him sit and talk, he'll probably eat my mind. He'll ask me questions that I won't have answers to. All those things also come from parents' side, that they avoid these interactions. You are sick and tired after your boss scolded you the entire day. Now you are coming home and your child is going to ask you stupid, irrelevant questions. You want to avoid that. What's the solution to it? Offer them a phone. And when later on in life they are quasi qualified to make their own decisions, they feel that they were fine in my entire life. Now why should I change that? Why should I change who I am? So it's all about, an evolution of how you are making your child work in that direction.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. There are so many comments which have come. There are so many greetings and gratitudes and best wishes for you have come.
Thank
And
you.
Ritu Kapoor, somebody who has sent across. Kamaljeet ma'am has sent across a lot for you. Then Ashish Dikshit ji has sent a lot for you. Then there is a gentleman, Professor Rajesh Jampala ji, who is president of the NHRD in Vijayawada. He has sent across for you. And a couple of other people, those have sent, Bindu Rani has sent across. And I think they all are extremely, extremely happy with your very matured way of looking at life and a couple of things what you have mentioned over here so beautifully. Now, final, very difficult question before closing. What message would you like to give to the teachers? Can you hear, Shreyash? Can you, I think your internet connection, Shreyash? Yeah. Sorry, your mic is mute. Your mic is, now it's okay. What message would you like to give to teachers finally? What would you like to request them before we close this session? It is millennials. This month is dedicated to startups, stand-ups, youngsters, and all teenagers and millennials. We want to listen to them more and more. And I'm with the youngster. Take it that first. I want to say that. So, what would you like to tell to the teachers, to the educators, and those are imparting education? What would you like to tell?
First of all, I would like to thank everyone who dropped in their comments. I'm really grateful that you have tuned in for this session and you've been so patient while listening to a relatively young guy. And thanks for that. Now, coming to the educators, now I was listening to these girls about their ideas on water conservation, and I quite liked what they had to say. But ironically, all these things are said by children in school, and they say these things. They have these really great ideas, but they are never ever told about the implications of these things. If you want to implement a simple thing as rainwater harvesting, there are bureaucratic processes, there are business processes, there are constructional issues, there are so many things that come into play into creating that, implementing your little suggestion, because coming up with that suggestion was easy for you. But now when it comes to integration of it, there are levels that come into play. And when children are, they see that, oh, my idea is not getting implemented, we have such great ideas but nobody is listening to us, they feel that they are less valued, that their ideas do not matter, and that sort of hampers their self belief that no, I am not worth enough for this world. And later on that leads to tons of problems that we all know about. So one thing I would really want teachers to inculcate in their regular curriculum, and I hope it gets better with the whole NEP coming in, is that you teach not just children to how to think about these ideas, but how they are going to be implemented. And of course, they have a limited capacity to process these things, but at least they can be made aware of the framework of things, that this is how the process goes, this is how things are implemented, this is how it works in the real world. Not everything is as simple as giving an idea and putting it in life. There are thousands of steps that go in between. And when children are aware that yes, our ideas can be implemented, but we also have to go through that process of implementing them, then I think we'll be developing more entrepreneurs, more leaders who will have that self belief to act on their ideas. And I think that should start very young with teachers.
Wonderful. Thank you, Shreyash. I run short of words and I run short of my blessings to you. From the world over, we all shower our blessings and best wishes to you.
It was my honor.
You are a wonderful millennial. You are a wonderful youngster. You are very, very clear in your thought process. Yogita Khanna, Prashant Mahajan, Preeti Singh, Kamaljeet Kaur, everybody is sending their best wishes to you. And on my watch party on my Facebook, so many people from world over. Those have listened to you getting this maturity at 22 years of age and 7 years having already spent time, where you became entrepreneur or startup or whatsoever work you started. I pray to Almighty that you should do wonder on this planet. You should do more service to the humanity, and God should give you all the blessings, whatsoever can be given to any youngster, because the subsequent generation which will come, I'm very happy today. It gets into my history and my record and into my cerebrum that on 1st of September 2020, it will be live on the YouTube tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. It's already there on the Facebook. And finally, everybody will be in a position to see it, share it, get the vision. And ladies and gentlemen, while sending our blessings and our best wishes, of course, we are in a digital way. I can only give you the digital hug over here. I can't give you physical hug, but
Thank
I send you my blessings and hug to you. You're a wonderful boy. And tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, you will have next millennial, and you will have Chinmay Kusnoor, who is going to share with her vision what exactly is she doing, how she got into and all that. So with these words, Shreyash Mishra, God bless you. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you. It's a wonderful beginning, and look forward meeting you soon once again on a different platform, another platform with another thought process of yours. All the best for your business, your venture, whatever you're doing. May God bless you. Take your team forward. And you rightly said, it's not the number of the people. It is basically all of them working for the common cause is very, very important. God bless. Great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are world over. And our best wishes and my blessings to Shreyash Mishra.